Alright, Baywatch Nights, you've had 3 episodes of your X-Files season and only one of them was passable. It's time for you to get funny. I will accept nothing less than lifeguard Mitch Buchanan being struck by lightning and forming a psychic bond with an alien child, or this show and me are over. My save! Yes! Pure cinema! I'm back on board! Mwah, mwah, mwah! The guy who wrote this was nominated for an Emmy, by the way. Time for every lifeguard B-roll to rush in to save Mitch Von Malibu. And maybe the kid if there's time. I love that clearly much older footage of Numi and some guy runs over, only for them to transform into another man and woman. Well, shove Mitch into the dungeon section of the hospital, I guess. Because Mitch has no friends, nor even his son on Baywatch Nights, he wakes up to Ryan creepily smiling at him. Not even Griff or Donna showed up, presumably because they were too busy working out in a smoky gym.
Seriously? I couldn't even get Hobie holding a can of Pepsi for me? What's even the point of him anymore?
Ryan explains that Mitch was struck by lightning, to which Mitch responds that that's impossible. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. Nothing is mentioned of the weirdest part about it, that Mitch is in pretty freaking great shape for someone who was just struck by lightning.
Where's the boy? Is he okay?
He's over there.
Here's a visit from Nurse Girl from Silent Witness, presumably hiding from her mom's abusive boyfriend who Mitch left her to deal with. Anyway, she's unimportant. The kid's name is Jake, and he's acting awfully weird. Not the creepy staring part, that's just what everyone is doing in this scene, but he seems to think the lightning strike was all his fault. Somehow, Mitch knows his name is Jake despite not being told, and rather than the usual bad writing from the show, this is a plot point.
No, come on, Jake. It was an accident. He'll understand.
What?
Jake just said his dad's gonna try and kill him.
He did?
Mitch was just projecting his own fathering instincts here.
Hey, if you need any parenting tips, I've got a whole warehouse full of sun clones, so I could give you a pointer or two.
Stop. Don't tell him that.
Well, good luck with that. Pretty cool kid, huh? Much better than Hobie.
No one seems to think it's odd that immediately after being struck by lightning, this kid is taken out of the hospital into really bad day for night, but okay. In an impressive alien extravaganza, Jake's dad starts up their car with a sound effect. Inside the hospital, Mitch feels a sudden, unexplained fear, as if someone just walked over his burger-filled grave. He must know the jump scare opening is coming. Okay, so Jake is in a bad situation, but that's nothing an Adidas shoebox can't fix. As he opens up the box of product placement to enjoy some treasures he's hidden away from his disapproving alien dad, Mitch is back at the Knight's office and feeling pretty good for someone who, again, was just struck by lightning. But maybe he's not feeling so fine, because it turns out Jake has a whole bunch of alien dads, and as soon as he starts reacting to them showing up, Mitch simultaneously becomes terrified of absolutely nothing.
Mitch?
It's horrible, Ryan, horrible! The show is forcing me to give a little bit of a shit in this story, and I don't like it.
Oh, you could say something sexist to me. Will that help?
Thanks, but I don't think so.
They're gonna kill me.
Would you cut it out? Jeez, you're worse than Hobie when I lock him in a broom closet.
Yes, Mitch has psychically bonded with Jake via magic lightning. He feels what he feels, and sometimes can speak to him through his mind. As the episode progresses, we will learn that this is both a curse and a blessing, for there is so much they can teach each other. Jake and his knowledge of Adidas shoeboxes, and Mitch with his heart of a true Japanese warrior.
It's me. It's Mitch, the lifeguard.
When you're terrified of your alien family trying to kill you on an alien planet, the most comforting words you can possibly hear transmitted into your brain are, "It's Mitch the lifeguard." Jake takes off and Mitch goes to find him. All the while, Ryan, who's watching what is clearly a man with severe brain damage fall into paranoid delusions, simply lets him go because the boy needs him.
The boy, he needs me.
Well, at least I didn't try.
Jake has a lot to worry about, but nothing more so than the leader alien, Jesse the Dad Bod Ventura. He is, as we will soon see, the best character of the episode. Newspaper boxes of the world, beware! Yes! Yes! Whatever your situation in life, be comforted by the fact there is footage out there of David Hasselhoff being chased down an alley by a dumpster without a single hint of irony. Hey, come on, what'd I do? I tell you what Jake and Mitch could really use right about now, and that's a shadowy man with no past and nothing useful to contribute. I'm here. Teague heard about this clear air lightning incident.
He was then struck by clear air lightning.
And now he's looking for Mitch. Mitch is not available and exceedingly useless on a good day, so Teague asks Ryan some very normal questions.
Is he experiencing unusual brain activity? Various forms of kinesis, heightened alpha waves.
How did you know that?
Hey, here's my question. What the fuck is happening? How does Ryan know he's had any kinetic activity or whatever the fuck heightened alpha waves are? As far as she knows, Mitch was struck by lightning, started talking to himself, and ran out the door. And as far as Teague is concerned, whoever he gets his intel from clearly knows Jake is some sort of alien with electrical and telepathic powers, so his first instinct upon finding out Mitch and the kid were simultaneously struck by lightning is that yes, this alien from another planet and this human lifeguard PI must have formed a psychic bond because of this? Why? Does this happen a lot? Is there precedence for magic lightning alien connections?
There are secrets.
What secrets?
So many secrets.
This may be shocking to you, but Mitch does not come off incredibly smart in this episode. By this point, he has been struck by lightning, talked to this kid through his mind, and seen him jumpstart a car by simply touching it. And yet, he still hasn't cottoned onto the fact this kid is an alien. He keeps asking why he doesn't just go to the police to escape his dad, but he never asks why his dad is suddenly a different guy than the one we saw in the hospital. Maybe Mitch thinks he has two abusive dads. He's not going to be judgy about it. Meanwhile,
We've never been this close before. Never had an address.
We tried tracking their heightened alpha waves, but we kept getting roadblocked by telekinetically maneuvered dumpsters.
It's an execution chamber.
No, it's an energy station.
what about that screams execution chamber to you, Ryan? Right after this, Teague basically tells her that these guys are aliens, so that makes me even more confused as to who she thought they were and why she thought execution chamber. And why is the cameraman drunk? This is just wasting time. Mitch is up to his ass in alligators here.
I'm up to my ass in alligators here.
Teague, singularly focused on finding the boy, for seemingly his own nefarious reasons, tells Mitch that he's in great danger with him. Mitch's reaction is justified.
Well, no kidding.
He's been dodging exploding newspaper boxes and flying dumpsters all afternoon, Teague. This ain't his first rodeo.
I'm from up there.
Okay.
Here comes Jesse, the dad bod Ventura, coming in for a wham bam body slam. Well, I guess there's time for a squat and a backstory.
Mitch asks many questions about things that should be a no-brainer to him in order to spoon-feed the dumb baby audience everything they need to know. Jake and his alien family crash-landed there 6 years ago, and now that Jake has drawn too much attention, he has to go. Take note of this scene, folks. Baywatch Nights is beginning its slow descent into the world of constant Dutch angles. Gradually, stupid normal shots begin to appear less and less as the people behind the scenes fall asleep from boredom. By the end of the series, there is no angle that can't be Dutched.
Run, Mitch! Run!
Can I teleport now? I don't know.
Well, so far Mitch is batting 0 against this guy in every encounter, but maybe he can get him with a pipe or something, I don't know. Thanks, Baywatch Nights. I was beginning to think in season 2 you'd lost your sense of humor.
Phew, thank God I stole those fizzy lifting drinks.
Shh, just ignore the wires and stay engrossed in Baywatch Nights' rich fantasy world. Teague told Mitch to meet them at some other location, which is where he and Jake have been continually trying to go before being impeded by all of these explosions. The plot is moving backward at this pace. And where is it Teague wants them to go? Like a majority of Baywatch Nights Season 2, all roads lead to a warehouse. Ryan begins to think that maybe Teague and his vague, unexplained group of mysterious figures who want to experiment on Jake for the remainder of his life are not in the right here.
We're all created from an energy source. Somehow, it's connected to electricity.
Wait a minute. That explains the lightning.
You're just now getting this? I guess, to be fair, Mitch's psychic bond with this kid stopped being relevant halfway into this episode. I too am psychic, and I know what you're thinking. How do we make this lifeguard related? Throw in some water, of course.
Somehow, despite being able to wield the power of electricity, we are also damaged by it. We make absolutely no sense.
Yaw beans. Hey, do you guys want this? I broke it.
I have to go home.
Can you do that?
Then the plot was that they were stranded on Earth, you dumb fucking show!
Don't even think about it.
Now, why don't you just shoot me?
Well, after Teague demonstrated that he was willing to hold a child captive in the name of science, I'm sure these two will think twice before they work again with this dubious individual. I guess he's in a morally gray area. But the real question the episode leaves us with is, did Jake really go home? Did he return to the energy from whence he came, or did he burn out in a blaze of glory, granting Mitch one final kindness by telling him he was simply going back? Maybe once Mitch lost his connection to the boy, he knew what his ultimate fate was. As he searches the stars, he wonders if Jake is out there, or simply returned to Stardust.
Whatever, in the end I just don't care. Press the reset button.
Next time on Baywatch, it's Meanwhile the episode. The audience drifts through B-plot after B-plot in search of a point. Next.